Twitch, could you resist the urge to load advertisements for like 2 seconds? That would be super radical of you. Alright. Ugh. Just ate, so I'm kind of, verklempt. Alright. Yeah, okay. Push on to the other side. The hell? What did it just copy? How? What the fuck? So weird. My clipboard copied the URL to my Twitch page, but then whenever I tried to... Why does it keep doing that? Whenever I try to copy it out of Twitter, it freaks out. Twitter's doing something they should not be doing. Oh well. Whoa. Loud. I forgot. I raised the volume on this. Completely forgot about that. Ugh. Forgot that Windows is trying to install a cumulative update today, too. The same one that fucked up my audio. Which probably means it's going to fuck up my audio again later. Which will be a lot of fun, I'm sure. Okay, over here. Alright. Got Dancer the 72. It's fine. I'll try using it for a while today. Surely nothing bad would happen. Reopen that, since Twitch freaked out. Alright. Ooh, huh. I can't remember what the hell it was that we were doing last time. I think I was asking a bunch of stupid questions. Probably something less than I do. The Crystarium seems relatively ordered, wouldn't you say? The Exarch speech must have been reassuring here. Oh yeah, he gave a... I guess we didn't see the speech. That's what we were about to do. Yeah, we rescued a bunch of people, and then... He didn't want us to be known as the Warriors of Darkness. So he went up and did a speech and lied about who did it. And I don't know what exactly he said. Ugh. There's something jubilant there. This feeling the night won't be as peaceful as I had from predicted. I think I should say brief stroll. Go sleep. Okay. Is it actually going to make me go sleep? No, it's not. Okay. Never ask a question if you can ask a question. I won't answer a question like that. Because there's no point. Either ask the question or don't. Alright. Alright, Braggy. Oh yeah, he's the one that he's the one that I met the first time around. What can I do for you? Looking to buy a lantern. Captain Lena can rest assured any potions spot coming in will be set aside for the wounded. Yeah, Twitch fucked up their layout, so now everyone has to deal with it. Yeah, okay. Just had to make sure that my OBS was actually still displaying chat. Remember last time? Hold on.
Amazing.
I didn't include the Godfather films because there's way too much to cover. Like, there's just so many things that happen, and the character arc for him and why he becomes the character he does at the end of the second film is just really, really long. Which is why I said right after that, it ended up being the longest portion of the original script. So remember last time where I said, it seems ridiculous that they would try to conceal the identity of the Warriors of Darkness, considering that they knew that the only thing that could have conceivably happened would have been at that battle that just happened like the day prior, and that the people that showed up to fight them were just us, and that's it. And we're also the mysterious strangers that are rumored to have dropped out of the sky or something. So you would think that people would put two and two together and go, oh, well, it's probably them. So, hang on for a moment if you're carrying messages for the guard. Does that mean you were there? The battle at Homminster? Stalwart lass as you want to pay a visit the wandering stairs, make yourself known. Oh, it skipped over one of them. Well, Captain Lisa, for sure there any potions? No, that's it. I'm sure Glynard can introduce you to some interesting opportunities. So he just completely glossed over it. You were there? You were there fighting? How weird. Anyways, this is the end of that thought. Maybe we'll get lucky, and everyone in the story will just be very, very dumb, and they just won't think about it. That'll probably work. Betty, shouldn't you be picking up chunks of monkeys? You weren't there. We really fucked those monkeys up. One of them actually stole the... Like, Dakon made like a rail gun or something, or a pulse cannon. One of the monkeys stole it from him and was running around with it. I had to, like, knock it unconscious and take it back, even though I didn't know how to use it. So I ended up just... I think another monkey stole it from me. They lost their minds. I eventually figured out how to use weapons, though. We spent the rest of the time, like, lining up shots on those unconscious monkeys and just blowing them to shreds. There were organs everywhere. Yeah, the station's fucked. It just needs to be reset. You need to finish one of these quest lines. More beer. Coming right up. Sure. Have free alcohol. I don't know what's going on. I forget what he even asked me to do. Some fetch something or other. Okay. There was a eater business at Homminster Switch. They say a light warden was destroyed without a damn trace, and it was the Warrior of Darkness who did the deed. So, apparently in his speech he even says the Warrior of Darkness is the one that caused this, and it was done specifically here, and it was specifically done because they fought this one enemy. But no one knows who it was. Even though there were multiple eyewitnesses. Harley must apologize. Shh, don't tell. This scene is not really going anywhere. We get to strong the strong ones. Yeah. We killed one. They swarm like angry bees around a queen. Amazing. You need look no further. There we go. Then Homminster for proof of that. But attacks on this scale don't happen every day. Praise the blessed shadow. Amazing. The more common threats are the strays. Okay. And our bar here is coming in place for hunters gather and share information. Okay. Seems a few of them were inspired by the Warden slaying event. What? A few of them were inspired by the Warden slaying even more than most. These are the types that have had their sights set on the absolute worst of the strays. A class of eaters have been dubbed the cardinal virtues. Why do they come up with names like this? You'd think they would develop, like, organically names like the Big One, or the Lion Angel or something. You know, just... I don't think they would develop names like Cardinal Virtues. I get the theming, but come on.
Amazing.
So the scene is supposed to be about me learning that some bounty hunters that kill sin eaters got overly enthusiastic after we won and have rushed out to try to deal with some of them. The Virtues showed up out of nowhere about 3 summers ago. And when historians heard the descriptions given by survivors, well, apparently they share appearance with the villains who caused the flood.
Amazing.
So they're Asians that got taken over? No. No, the villains who caused the flood would have been the Warriors of Light. Or the Warriors of Darkness for us. Because they're the ones that actually caused it. Oh, I guessed it. Okay. Our virtue hunters have all been given up, knowing the Warrior of Darkness is not there alone to find his battles just look at them. Just look at the fire in his eyes. So I guess the Warriors of Darkness, like our Warriors of Darkness, whenever they said they gave up their bodies, I'm guessing their bodies are still meandering around? But why would they have showed up 3 years ago? All that stuff happened like 100 years ago. That human over there with the oversized sword is... Were we supposed to have permanently gotten rid of the Warriors of Darkness 3 years ago in our game? They never stipulate what the timeline of events is, so I never know. Human over there with the oversized sword is grandson is in range. Okay, good for him. The cat is someone. He's a good hunter, okay. He's a mad... Alright. There we go. There's our first glimpse of one of these horrid creatures. Let's say of Gia, Dwarf, and Drunkard both. Wanted to join forces with a healer, and only a healer. Something about needing a mender's wisdom. Competent veterans. It gets really hard for me to concentrate on what's happening whenever the scene is just going nowhere, and it doesn't seem to have any point. Like, I'm sitting here listening to them ramble about people that are in the bar, for some reason. I know they're setting up things, but there's no context for why my character would be doing it.
Amazing.
Gain access to role quests. Okay. You have to complete at least one role quest line. Okay. You should just start breeding bees in that station. Just let them roam free. Just make as many as you can. Replacement or job. Alright. Okay, I'm not allowed to take any of them? I'm guessing... Yeah, that's healer. That's what it is. So I have to talk to Catboy.
Amazing.
Although, I don't think I've actually done any of the dancer job quests, though. I've done all the other ones, but... I was so focused on trying to get her up to a little bit above 70 that I just kind of forgot about him. My name is someone I don't care. You're a bounty hunter. Kill sin eaters. Walk away. You're just the... You're just the one that I was looking... I'm getting the impression that it doesn't matter what choice I make, I'm going to have to do it either way. Well, actually, I guess you could reject the quest. I think I'll try walking away. See what happens. I have money, lots of money. Yeah, okay. As much as I'm trying to write one for Java skills. Okay. Gotta be honest with you guys. This part of the story is kind of dragging. Mainly, I guess, because we got done essentially with the first chapter, or however you want to describe it, of the quest. And that sort of wrapped up everything except for questions that will be answered later. So there's no, like, thread to follow other than maybe finding the other people, like Orianger and stuff like that. That hasn't happened yet. So I guess, like, the story is just in a very awkward space where it needs to compel you to do something, but there's nothing there yet. I've got to go up to my quarters, apparently. Okay. I hate it whenever things like this happen, just because it starts making me anxious and very easily irritable. Like, I keep waiting, like right now, what the fuck is your character doing? Like, I really get into the hurry up and get to a plot point. Like, I keep doing that. And whenever it doesn't happen, it starts driving me crazy. And I get very yelly. Welcome back. Do I have to kill you, or are you a boss fight?
So it's your lot's turn to be the warriors of darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
Sure. Get out, Ghost! Fuck off, Ghost!
Hi, I know. Just the place. In case you've forgotten, you're the only one who can see me. If we had one of our little chats in public, people might start thinking you'd lost your wits.
Weren't you in a cutscene? Or 5? Clean your axe. Clean your axe.
Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the source.
Can I increase the game volume? It's been the same throughout every one of these streams. Source.
Through thick and thin.
Why is he a ghost? Because he needs to exposit information.
Then I suggest you keep them close. When you charge ahead trying to save someone else, that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time?
I don't know. Maybe some more friends or something. I don't know.
Remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother? You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades.
Why are you here?
Promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
Why is he here?
So this is what the light was hiding.
I'm getting to where I don't like blonde women in this game. Have all of them been useless? was about to say the one from the Red Mage quest is not useless, but she actually is. She ended up just... She's the focal point, and she's fine, but she is, by definition, useless.
She's here. I must go to her.
To be fair, I don't actually care who the blonde girl is. If something happens, it happens. Nothing about seeing some blonde lady walking around makes me fall into the edge of my seat. Ow.
Out of my way! Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy.
Oh, so this is a Estinian meeting Gaius. Where are they?
When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray
The alarm?
But I see now we are not the only intruders.
Is alarm really, like, really, do you... This is a dumb thing to complain about, but really, did you need alarm? Was it really needed?
I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death. Your armor is most distinct.
Yeah. Actually, Pet's Discord is very reasonable, and we have a lot of interesting conversations, but Pet doesn't actually, like, look at his Discord or watch any of my streams. He just glances over, sees me talking, and then gets himself riled up. And then he develops this weird straw man in his head where I'm just creating so many problems, and he yells at me for it, and then I ask him, what are you angry about? And he can't formulate what it is, because it's actually nothing. I think he described it as shitting up his Discord. Although I have no idea what that means, and when I asked him what that means, he couldn't describe what it was. So it's just Pat being Pat. Start standing, I presume. The dream played the warrior life from the jewels of death. Your armor is most... You're so unique. It's true. His armor is very distinct. Where did he get that anyways? It looks good on him.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places.
I do like that he just instantly recognizes him. It doesn't really make sense how he would recognize him, though. Maybe he also saw the little skull mask thing.
Van Baelsar in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
Sure.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Do this for later. He looks like such a little boy there.
No choice of my own. They tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear that receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
Oh, he's talking about Tataru. Their receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that everyone can escape the Baldessian woman, but she's got this... Maybe not, I don't know.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
He's somewhere.
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
He's here to destroy their drugs. Who the fuck are you?
If it is
Like, he's just wandering around with these people.
too late. My people have already completed your mission here.
Perhaps we should make out then.
When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
Wouldn't that also kill, like, most life, just in general? Then again, if they're using it on Alamigo or whatever, and Alda, there's pretty much nothing there to kill anyways. This whole time, that poor lady.
Exactly does this Black Rose do?
She looks like such a generic character. It's not even a... She isn't even like randomization level on the character select screen. She's like someone went in and changed a hair color and that was it. Poor lady.
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature.
It's magic
It
poison.
was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill.
It's always nice to be able to see... There are RPG things that are always neat. One is a villain that you thought, oh, that villain's cool. It turns into a good guy and joins the party. Like one of those things. And also, whenever two villains interact with one another, or especially when two villains fight one another, that's always fun. This is not quite either one of those, I guess. Gaius is a former villain, and Estinian is not really a former villain. But he's the good boy. Who may as well be a member of the party, but just isn't.
Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart.
That's good.
Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
It wouldn't really matter if it kills all plant life and stuff too. Presumably that would also salt the earth and make it impossible to live there. I don't see what the point of that is.
Search every corner. Roll the barracks.
Wow, it took him a while.
I want this facility secured.
Well, the thing about villains becoming allies is the correct way of doing it is to make it clear that the villain was never really a villain, and they were never really good. They just have motivations that drive them into either opposing you or then later, when circumstances change, joining you or assisting you in some manner. Like, their character doesn't change, their motivations don't change, it's just that the circumstances change that cause that shift.
I have more questions.
If they just change their character entirely, then there's no point.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
From what I hear, you need all
Yeah,
the help.
Gaius is a good boy. Sort of.
In case you don't know, Varus himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Asians.
How do you know that? Oh, he was talking to the Scion, so I guess he just knows everything we know now.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley.
Well, how do you know? Did we tell him off screen too?
Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes.
Everyone knows
My
everything.
path leads to Garlemald.
Gosh, I'm so yawny today. I ate before I streamed, it's probably part of it. Okay, what is... I'm not gonna do that. Gonna be so many optional things. Do you want to go outside? Yeah, one day, yeah. So I strongly advise you do not stray too far from the Crystarium where the Yulmore has dispatched... Yulmore has dispatched its military to Lakeland? So the big fat dude, whose name I don't remember? It starts with a V. Volther, or it's something like that. What kind of something to welcome the guys, because delivering guys, okay. So don't go outside means go outside. Dulcet Gates. Eating doesn't cause yawning, but it does... it gives you what is scientifically known as the itis. So it does make your body, like, try to shut down in a way. Ball 3? Oh. I like Ball 3.
You are come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
Alf was, as we covered in our last stream, Alf's plan whenever he got there was a very bad plan. And he basically fucked up everything for us because he just couldn't shut his mouth. And in fact, he was the one that caused the problem in the first place. Well, it's unfortunate. Look, it's a cute blimp.
Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships.
Aw,
They have questions
little invader.
concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
Every morning I wake up worried about not starting another major project. I was thinking about doing some drawing today. I decided to do this because I need to get it done before my sub runs out, basically. But my current project is my idea, anyways. It's really hard just because there won't be much dialogue driving it. It's just completely visual. But I do also need dialogue, but it requires me to do an impersonation of a known character from a major thing. And I don't think I can do that voice. Sorry, you were talking about voice actors and that started making me think about it again.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
It was inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
Yeah, I am kind of curious. Because Volther? Is it? What was his name? Yeah, Volthy. Yeah, Volthy has his harem of incredibly hot angel women and lion. So I am kind of curious. Like, if this fucks up them, what is his reaction going to be? I'm curious about that.
I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would.
One moment, Captain. Volthy sure is big and fat. I hate him. When he shows up, let us try to assassinate him. Alright, you can bring them in. Is he just gonna leave? We just leaving? Oh, we step to the side.
I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish.
Oh. Oh my gosh, we're getting Guildersterned and Rosenkranced. We'll be here all along. Why is he walking so slow? Oh, is he really old cat man?
Oh, the commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
Oh yeah, I just realized the Mistals, is that what they call them here? Have different naming conventions than the Makote do. Although this isn't one of them. He just had a weird thing hang out the back. Wait, do they have different naming? Maybe they do. I don't remember. He looks over. Who are those people over there that think they're invisible?
Were your people responsible?
Yeah.
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
Well, their commerce relies on them, so.
His benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I'm surprised Alf can he's actually able to resist the urge to just start screaming like a child.
I too shall speak my mind.
Fuck you.
Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Everyone in this story is really bad at diplomacy, I've realized. Like, even whenever, like, he's obviously not taking this seriously, but even whenever they take it seriously, everyone's really bad at it.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace.
Well, what does it matter, then? There's not much of a reason to be outraged by this, if even he admits it doesn't actually matter one way or the other.
But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry.
Okay.
In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy. Promptly.
I don't know, he seems fine. I mean, he's obviously on the bad guy side, but I like him well enough.
One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
Oh, odd pint. Oh.
No, I cannot say I do.
What a vague... Like, what an incredibly vague question. Do you know of any artists and assistants? Yeah, I guess hundreds, potentially. Like, it's like asking, have you seen a basketball player come through here? I don't know, maybe? Which one? They're literally potentially millions.
Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
The other thing I can think of is that he can actually see us just standing there, and he's just trying to drop every hint that he can to be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he just straight up just looks at us. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I like that guy. He's bad man, but I actually like him. He'll probably do something stupid later, though. Your spell sucked. Why can't you spell better?
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
Yeah. It's probably the smell.
I fear he did.
Thanks, Alf.
The general is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmor's army since before Vorthri's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin Eaters.
So he's just doing his job? So he's been the general of the army for literally as long as Volthry has been alive, and even then he fought the Sin Eaters, so now he's just...
One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without
Well,
possessing exceptional instincts.
yeah, I guess the... No, gosh, I can't remember. I can't remember the local history of this area. Like, the whole Yulmor thing is, apparently it used to be a huge nation. What's the name of the weird Kefka-looking palace? I forget, it has an actual name, but I can't remember what it is. I don't know if it actually is Yulmor or not.
If Yulmor chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat.
Oh.
Grateful for your support, my lord. We cannot, in good conscience, put your people in harm's way.
Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived.
Did the palace used to be, like before the thing that happened 100 years ago, did the palace used to be something else? Or was that recently constructed? Within the past 100 years?
Yulmor has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man.
What do they... I guess they could invade using the Sin Eaters, I guess. That's the only thing that they really command. Because the people outside just want to go inside because that's who they rely on. They're not fighters or anything. The people inside are just idiots that are just eating and getting fat and basically having no talent whatsoever. So really the only thing that they could feel as soldiers would be the Sin Eaters, I guess.
If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay.
So Yulmor was a nation prior to 100 years ago. It's just also referred to as being the palace now. I've been warned several times that my chat apparently gives me bad information from time to time. Gosh, I'm feeling really tired. Whatever.
According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the oracle
What?
Minfilia.
She was just wandering around?
Amazing!
Why would she just be wandering around outside?
It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmor before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Sure. Generations of Minfilias. Please tell me about generations of Minfilias. Has she been breeding?
Of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it.
They keep trying to make her interesting, they keep
I
failing.
think it best that you seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He'll be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
That's a good sign.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
I sincerely doubt I will like this Minfilia. Especially since she and Lise look almost exactly the same now. Okay, let's go read books about Minfilia, I guess. What's that? Counter curiosity. She looks a lot like Lise. Have you ever known someone in your life? It was just like a toxic piece of shit. Like, picked fights, just screams all the time, whatever it is. Just a horrible person in your life. Someone that whenever you say, who's the worst person you've ever known? You think of that person, like they pop in your head. But then you see someone that just looks sort of like them, or maybe even just has the same name or something. And that instantly conjures up the same negative feelings. You can also have that with like, this video game characters you don't much care for. Lise is one of those for me. I don't care for Lise. If she were to die horribly in a fire in this video game, I'd be like, okay, and I'd probably laugh, to be honest. So whenever I see someone that looks very much like her, I'm like, fuck this person too. You know, they didn't do anything, but also fuck them. If you're looking for books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most of her are being loaned out. God damn. I don't know what he wants. If he can leave a message if he wants to. Oh. This whole shit started 100 years ago. Because that group of people that were celebrated as heroes did something that hasn't really been explained yet. That caused all the darkness to vanish, so that all the light was like too much light, right? But they were known as the Warriors of Darkness, right? But they're also referred to as being villains now, because they're the ones that started this. But we're also referred to as being the Warriors of Darkness now. But people are checking out the books because they find it so fascinating and they're big fans of it? I'm sure it'll be explained later. They were only known as the Warriors of Darkness in our world. Why in the world did they choose to have the exact same term? Why did the writer use the exact same term a second time? That is so needless. You didn't have to do that. Whatever. Alright, shut up. Go get a book. I get it. I guess I'll just jump off. And go all the way back up. So, in the past, whenever I said Warrior of Darkness, I was thinking of Ghosty. Now I guess it can mean either... Warrior of Darkness can either mean ghost guy with bloody axe that he won't wash. It can mean the group of people that he was with at the time. It can mean me specifically. Or it could also mean people like Alf or anyone that was at that particular fight at the time. Which I guess could also include the people that aren't from the source world. It could just include the other people that just so happen to be in the area. Or it could include the people that I'm supposedly fighting with. That like the warrior of whatever I am now is supposedly traveling around with all the time. Or yeah, it could also, Warrior of Light can also just mean anyone that's been blessed by the crystal. Which in 1.0 would include millions of people. But only in this circumstance if they came to this world, I guess. Oh, they really should have divided those terms. It began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow whatever that is. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming gradients. A savior? Oh, okay. So, he kind of skimmed over that. It began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvrant. What caused the flood of light? Shut up. A maiden with hair spun of golden hairs to clear as sapphire. We all wanted to fuck her. It was pretty weird. Not was known ever save her name was Amphilia for longer than rush of the oracle light. After stopping the flood, somehow, it doesn't say how. The mysterious maiden vanished without a trace. 15 years later, her name will be unexpectedly appear in that. What? After stopping the flood, the maiden vanished. She went away, apparently. But 15 years later, her name would reappear in the annals. Do you mean that she physically reappeared and then we wrote it down? Or she interacted with history again? Style. When Cinder is later run into the whatever that is, the young girl is discovered who's immune to the creature's blighted touch. I like how the creatures are like, we can't touch her. She's immune to our blighted touch. God damn it. When hair spun gold and eyes of clear. Okay. Are there no other blonde people? She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn, like always, came to be. What was she called before, though? Did she call herself that, or did you just start calling her that? This Mephilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. You would think that Memphilia... Gosh. You would think that Memphilia would have the hardest time fighting Sin Eaters, since she was like the embodiment of the crystal or something. So you would think that they wouldn't really be able to hurt one another, much less that she would have any effect on the balance between light and dark in that world. But the Warriors of Darkness did give her... They gave her some dark power or something? And she took that with her. But apparently that's just lasted forever? Even though they weren't strong enough themselves to... So she eventually met her... She just fucking died. Great. Remember how she whispered in grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. Okay. Alright, sure she will. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered because the same silver eyes, some of her rooms. She did it too. She fell in battle. Okay. I can tell. And this has never been mentioned up until now. How do those two not know about this? Somehow the truth is rather simple. She does not inherit the memories or knowledge of her previous incarnations. We can rewrite the character. We want to bring Minfilia back, but we've already failed to make her likable twice. So we need a way to make sure that we can rewrite the character to be whatever the fuck I want her to be. She was reborn or something. I guess that's one way to do it, I guess. All of the Minfilias. Did they just throw them into the Minfilia pile once they're done? Once they die, just like throw it in with the rest of them. They have to get a big front end loader and just push all of them in. Unversed in the ways of war. Some embrace their fate. Others didn't. But all were made to face the Sin Eaters. So she's a Jedi now. Anytime they find a blonde lady that has sin powers, they force them into service. I think I need to take some vitamin supplements. Getting really lightheaded. Their hair color and eye changes color too. Great. Okay. Can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She's apparently abducted because she was wandering around outside or something. Wait, what? She was found by the Elorian army 10 years ago. Why did they react? Which I guess they just didn't know. They didn't bother asking where Minfilia was this whole time. I'm running out of these. Come on. Vitamin D. And we didn't see her there? It'd be awesome if we went back there and she was also like colossally fat. Take my picture! Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight. Potential threat to the peace, though they kept her like a key. What? For a long while we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, so that it was in Human's best interest for her to remain under their control. Then 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued... Someone went into the city and apparently kidnapped her. That's it? Okay, now we know her tale, thanks. Let's go outside and talk about stuff. Okay. Why not? Damn it.
Amazing.
watch the opening cinematic. I don't. The gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our old Thancred, I guess. Okay. Yeah, don't they have a weird... No, he said before he didn't want to fuck Minfilia. Even though she's like a perfectly shaped blonde woman with huge tits that's obsessed with his every waking thought and motion. But he doesn't want to fuck her, though. She's like a daughter or something. So now she's especially like a daughter, I'm guessing. We know the Minfilia journey here is Highlands emissary, the halt, the flood of light. Ugh. Ugh. It could be her. It could be only be her that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original work of light. So how did she get abducted? She got rescued off screen or in a cinematic. Apparently. And now she's been abducted again, but we don't see that either. They don't share memories, they're not the same person. Sure. It just keeps going. A little bit too lightheaded right now for this. What brings you here? I'm finding it hard to track any of this, not because I don't understand it, but just because they're mentioning things happened off screen that, in terms of the writing, didn't really need to happen. Like, Minfilia was a series of Minfilias, okay. That hasn't come up yet, but alright. That's fine. Minfilia was abducted 10 years ago or whatever. Okay, is she still there? No, she was unabducted. Alright, but she's been abducted again. Well, just write that she got abducted recently. She was here and then she got abducted. Why did she need to be there too? Did you just make the cinematic and it took so long that whenever the writing changed a little bit down the line, then you had to write in why it happened? Our scouts are confusing because... Yep, she's there, I guess. They're holding her there. Like, this would have more impact if I had already met her. That you can't say that... Whatever, I don't care. It doesn't actually matter. They're holding there. We certainly need to give her them. She'll have been forced to give her up. It's lost. Let's go quickly. Don't do anything yourselves? Oh, okay. I think even with this writer, there's way too much reliance on introducing information that I don't need to have yet. And then whenever I ask obvious questions, no, it will explain it later. No, just... like, granularly and, like, organically reveal information. Don't state things are happening that I can't see, that, like, don't show, don't tell. Don't tell me things and then go, later you might see it, and then way later after that we'll explain it. Just do it then! You know how you handle this? Don't have... You know how you handle this? You don't have me go to the Exarch and him, there's been a series of Minfilias. You should go to the library and read all about it. What you do is you have a scene where you're out on the field for some other mission, and then you fucking see her, you meet her, and then she gets abducted somehow after she explains, I'm actually not Minfilia. That's how you do that. You deliver information by actually showing it. Stop making me read shit. I don't need to read about things that aren't happening in front of me. Well, I'm getting new something or other. It's at least good.
You were doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may not succeed.
Don't use the echo to see it. Don't use the plot device. Don't use the exposition plot device. That's bad too. You are technically seeing it rather than being told that whenever you use the echo, but the echo is such an abused plot device. It's like the Force in Star Wars. It just does whatever the hell you want it to. Which can make the story really unengaging whenever the writer just hand waves the thing. The Force did it. How do they know that person was there? The Force told them. They just knew.
But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary.
It's always more satisfying whenever the character actually has a reason. Like, oh, they figured it out by looking at this, and then putting two to two together. Because then the reader can also do that.
It was not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you.
You don't want to know how he got that hand. You know how your mother tells you not to make that face, it'll stick that way? Well, it's true of other things too.
My friends,
The story just before this was fine.
short notice.
Is where...
Something I would ask you all.
Yeah, shut up. 14 has, like, really... I guess it's just the nature of their development, but it's probably because of deployment. But it has weird problems where it'll have, like bubbles, where the story gets, like, pretty damn good. And then they kind of just float away. They float away, and then you return to, like, the resting state where the story is just kind of whatever. Like, it just exists. And then you'll find another bubble. And everything inside that bubble is really cool. And then you step out of it, and then it goes back to normal. Crushed ice. Right now we're outside of one of the bubbles. Nothing that's happening is interesting right now. But the thing that happened just before this with the big fat dude, that was awesome. That was great. I love that. This, however, is really badly written. They're not delivering the information correctly at all.
As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit.
Ranjit's okay.
To my dismay,
He's an
the
asshole.
General condemned the
But he's
slaying of the
okay.
Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. If none be mistaken, we would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmore. Some would even call
Really?
it suicide.
Hold that thought. Just right then, whenever all of them were like, ugh. That was a sigh from the whole crowd of resignation because they all knew. Like, you could tell from the reading of that, it felt more like they all knew, yeah, of course they would do this. They're idiots. It wasn't outrage. It was just, yeah, we know. Of course they would. Second thing, the might of Yulmore, it's like a shitty castle that's been painted to look like an Easter egg that's sitting on a hill. It doesn't even have a standing army. Like, outside, you can see there's no one there. There's nothing. And the people outside the gates are not soldiers. It's just like a small collection of shitty huts. And everyone there is starving. The only people that are actually, like, surviving in there are inside the palace, and none of them know anything about warfare. And most of them are just fat and incompetent. There's no might of Yolmor at all. Unless there's some sort of magic force that I haven't seen yet. But like I said, if they had a force to deploy, it would have to be Sin Eaters. It doesn't make any sense that it would just be people.
And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld
He's a
the night
breast.
sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far.
Do they have a barracks inside? If they do, it'd have to be really small. Because that, like, the palace is not a big place. Like, it's like a third, if probably not even that, the size of this one city. And not only that, it's this city plus all the surrounding areas too. So the idea that this room that's like the size of like half of my house, I guess, which is not that big, that's their standing army. Really, ooh, watch out. They're fearsome.
This is not a decision to be made lightly.
These people that know nothing of warfare or the life outside their castle.
Question to you all. What should we do?
Let's all stay here and sleep. Let's not go to war.
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmor's influence is far-reaching.
What is...
Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions.
It's not the strongest voice actor they have.
The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do we will.
What say you, silly hat?
Hardships? Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for?
Yeah, they built this whole place within the past 100 years. Can you believe that? Like, it took 100 years to build... Actually, I think it may have took 500 years, I can't remember, to build the pyramids. Like, it took a ludicrous amount of time. It's not something you just build overnight. And that's just a pile of bricks. They have magic, though. It's probably magic.
We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
They built this giant magic tower to house the inhabitants of the entirety of the survivors of the world after a catastrophic, like, genocide, Holocaust level event that completely annihilated most of the planet. But fear the might of Yolmor and their closet full of soldiers and their basement full of maybe there's gear in there. Ooh.
Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not.
I wonder if the Empire would fear the mighty Yulmor. The Empire that has an entire continent and many different sites that are dedicated exclusively to building equipment. Yulmor, though, very frightening.
We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Now the racism can begin. Oh, we're going to murder them now.
It appears we have a consensus.
Yeah, the Crystal Tower just showed up, apparently. I forget what the Crystal Tower does. Like, focuses magic, or it gathers it or something? I don't remember.
Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more.
It's weird that if this is the Crystal Tower from our world, the Source World, and it just popped into existence one day, and I'm guessing that Memphilia did that, that's the only thing I can think of, then it's weird that the one back at our place even works at all. Because it was supposedly constructed around it or something, right? So you wouldn't think that, like, the battery's gone, right?
We rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Here, here!
Here, here!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
Every world has its own Crystal Tower now. Sure, why not?
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
Wait, so which is it? Does every one of the worlds have its own tower, or doesn't it? Did he summon it from our world only here, or not? Which is it? I guess it doesn't matter either way, it's just meant to look neat. It'll probably come up in the final scene where some big light beam hits the sky or something. That doesn't actually matter, but...
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by
Ah, the people are wrong.
road to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure.
I think my favorite thing about doing these streams is often people screaming in chat, "You're wrong, Eli, you're wrong," and then they themselves are actually wrong. And they just didn't know it.
At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air.
Sure,
Not
let's
always
scatter
succumb
dream
to its
power.
effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
By the way, you would think that this strategy would happen more often. That if you could just throw a bunch of sleep gas into enemy lines, then you instantly win. You don't actually have to fight them. Just throw a bunch of sleep gas in there and then bomb them.
Proceed your preparations.
It's probably hard to get, though.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
Maybe you do.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
Okay. We're gonna go help sprinkle fairy dust, I guess. Okay. That's better. Probably too low. 35 is good. Okay. Two. Oh, for God's sakes, don't start that shit. Go get uniforms, okay. Is it above me? It's probably above me. Alright, I can't even go this way. Crystal mean. Let's just use these fucking crystals. I can't believe we still have not actually seen Menphilia. Even, like, aside from... Like, was that actually supposed to be her in that other scene where she was just wandering around outside? I think she said something about looking for someone. And then the scene just ended. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, play dress up. Pretend that you're a soldier. A look at those numbers. Apparently I wasn't putting on a uniform, I was doing something else. Oh, getting physical measurements. I like how the area is so small that this map is completely meaningless. Like, it's such a very tiny area. How are you gonna... Like, they have an army of dirigibles, right? How exactly are you going to fly a ship over their headquarters? It's probably another location. It probably isn't there. It's probably some other place. Elite unit will storm the fortress and rescue the Oracle. Her silver lumbers. Okay. I didn't bother saluting. What a soldier. What? I have to... Probably have to put something on, I'm guessing. Damn it. What? No, that's a completely different thing. What was it wanting? Speak with... I guess that's a completely different quest of some sort. Speak with Chisamil. Please let me jump down from here. Amazing. I don't think I can. No, I can't. I just wish something would happen. Like, I'm getting tired of hearing about things and people talking about things they're going to do. Inside? Can I... No. Okay. It's downstairs, so I guess it's like under this. Here, there. Oh. Drink this thing. Where is it? Where is it? Is it a key item? The item. Okay, now go somewhere else. Tennis Rookery. Something about birds. Sure, I need a bird or something. Alright. Oh, make a delivery. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely one of those portions in the story where just nothing is happening. Ride the thing, okay. Oh, I'm riding it already, okay. Can I not? Oh, it actually will let me. Not sure that wings work this way. Alright. Never did explore that. Fuck off. Yeah, come get me, dumbass. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Walk back like a fucking idiot. Okay, I can't get off of it. Is this a different thing? It's a completely different... That was completely unrelated. It's actually this orange circle over here. Yeah. We already have the beast we require. Instead, this one's going to imperative. Go someplace else. Alright, we're going someplace else. Go talk to the captain. Okay. It's up there on the stairs. We done doing chores? Hurry up. Oh, that's where that comes from. I was trying to figure out where the hell this was. I like things that have veils on them, like these, whatever you want to call those, the little reverse veil things. But in this game, they don't really work, because they have to, because you're playing an MMO that has really shitty physics. So unfortunately it has to float above whatever might be there, even if it's not. Alright. Actually, I don't care what you have to say. God, look at all these icons. It's fine. Do I have to... Obtain fodder. God, this part is a slog. Interact with this object. Alright, I'll interact with this object. Give it food. Alright, give this thing food. Gwee, 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 indeed. Yeah, I'm sure it's happy. Go do that to more of them. Jesus Christ. Where's the other one? Is it above me? Yeah, it's above me. Can I get up this way? Can't get up that way. Can't get up this way. I think it was Wooly that was talking about how MMO stories just suck. And they do. MMO stories suck. But it's not because the quality of the story is necessarily bad. It's mainly because of things like this. Just the pacing and delivery is terrible. And it has to be. It's not even like playing Dark Souls or something where there's just not a story. You just wander around like an idiot and read item descriptions. Even that is something that you have control over the timing of its delivery. And things still happen. This is just, let's intentionally waste the player's time for no reason other than we just don't have the amount of content that they need. And there's expected hourly... Like, they need to be able to play this amount of hours. So let's just waste their time. That's what makes them suck. Which is very unfortunate. Okay, go do something else. Look to her again, I'm guessing. Yeah, I fed your stupid fucking birds. I don't care what you have to say. None of what you have said in the past hour has been important, so I don't care what you have to say. Go up to the top of the tower for some reason, alright? I do like this tower. Whenever I was mapping out this area for its ether currents, I did think this tower was neat. It's still up. Fine-looking tower. A fine-looking tower designed to do nothing more than pad out time. But it still looks neat. Come on. There we go. What do you see with your elf eyes, Scout? Some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes will be unaffected, alright? Oh, I think it said that my IL should be 395. I don't know if it actually is or not. Look at them. They're so pretty. They're so glamorous. Have to handcuff her too. So this is our actual introduction to the character's face. Just them just walking around. That looks nothing like Minfilia. Well, we saw what happened to Lise. Let's see how well this character redesign goes.
Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
Ah, overgrown lizard dust, our one weakness. That fast, huh? Did we actually need birds for this? You could have just as easily put it in a barrel and then just catapulted it over there. That's a big old crystal tower it is. Yep. Yes, sir. Who's she? Who is that?
Captain, the powder has taken effect.
They love it, sir.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
Why do they call her an oracle if the only thing she's known for is going into battle and just killing them by stabbing them? Because fancy fantasy title, huh? Cool. Wouldn't I know that I took that drought to prevent me from being knocked unconscious. That wouldn't really protect the birds, though. Unless the thing that I was feeding them that I wasn't paying attention to was the thing that made them not be asleep. It was like a lot of prep work to just fling some shit in the air. Probably was. I know I certainly don't care. I'm just glad to have that portion of the thing over with. It was? Okay, great. Fantastic. Why are we...
For the Crystarium!
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Ugh, not... should be... There we go. Okay. Oh, already died. Not gonna let me attack that one, huh? Okay. Okay, his carbuncle is such a good boy. I don't think you can actually get a white one. I guess go around. Can't go that way, gotta go this way. Snore, snore. How come... Like, before you saw that the thing that prevents you from going forward is a dotted yellow line, right? I haven't used this ability yet. I don't actually know what it does. I unlocked it like last night from gaining a level. Okay, now we're allowed to proceed, I guess. Dots never open, light does. Yeah, it actually does reach.
Leave this to me.
I keep looking over at her name and thinking it says Lise, and it's actually making me angry. Especially since she has lines of dialogue like that. I'll take care of this. I'm the star of this mission. Me, only me. Gosh. Actually, like, kind of blanked out on what I was doing for a second. Okay. Is there any greater fuck you than enemies, like, T-posing in front of you? You're not done yet. Here's more work to do. Anytime I think of enemies, like, spawn T-posing, I think of, Dragon Age 2 on release. I guess they eventually fixed that. But wow, was that ever the most flagrant abuse of enemies just spawning because fuck you. That was not a good game. That's probably the worst AAA game I've ever played in my life. Fallout 76 might be worse. Although I've never played it. Oh, okay, now we can go. I don't want to dance right now. It's like if I was actually... Like, I don't know, I just feel like this is such a waste of time that I'm not really paying too much attention to what I'm doing. No, Anthem was actually pretty engaging in a lot of ways. It just had a lot of things wrong with it. Like, especially whenever you first start playing Anthem, it's a pretty good game. Like, a lot of its core features and stuff are actually really good. They just shit the bed. I saw Wilford Brimley yesterday, I think, even, ask via tweet, what is the worst movie you have ever seen? And I responded, I think Space Mutiny. I've actually seen Space Mutiny. And one of the first people that responded said, The Force Awakens, because he's one of those dumb kids. And Wilford responded, what is wrong with you? I thought, yay, Wilford. Not because I like Less Jedi or anything. But how did they not fall asleep? But because, just so many people were like that. Like, I don't like this. It's the worst thing ever. Like, completely overreacting. Things are either, like, this is the best thing ever, or this is garbage. This is sin incarnate. What about things in the middle? There's nothing in the middle. If I care about it, then it's either shit or gold. Yeah, we're here to rescue you, little girl. Here we go. Made to the same specifications as Thancred's. Isn't Thancred like a ninja?
Amazing.
Shut up. Be ready to use them. For stabbing. I like to stab. Understood, please lead the way. You don't know me. Yeah, I did not care for the Xenos fights. It just felt like, not because it was hard, but because it was just very masturbatory. You can go watch the VODs on that one. Like, it transparently was just whoever wrote the character just... Oh. Okay. Whoever wrote the character was just jerking off about how much they love their own creation. Yeah, here we are again, I guess. Don't we have flying birds? Why didn't we just fly down and pick her up and then leave? Oh, is he going to easily vanquish us and take back Minfilia number 15. Oh boy, it's one of these, isn't it? Oh, he has a little dragon familiar. Good for him. No, his health bar looks like it might move some. Whoops, shouldn't have done that. God, use it already. For some reason, Fan Dance doesn't want to use itself from time to time. I'm not really sure why. May as well try this button. It doesn't really do as... It's useful. It doesn't really do as much as I thought it would do, though. Alright. What is this? Resistance to the effects of Dream Powder has been granted to an unpleasantly effective serum. Okay. Sure, it's taking a while. Is he gonna one-hit kill me? Looks like he's going to. Oh, no? Oh, okay. I like his little dragon guy just because he kind of looks like a flying slinky. I'm gonna get you. Ah, it does hit him from that range. That's good. Did he, like, give me a little bite there? There's a lot of flames, I do say. Well, can't really avoid all that. Can't remember if I actually did that or not. What? What's going on now? Is this trying to push me out of the... Yeah, okay. There's something amusing about this fight for some reason. Whoop. Whoop. Can't do that. Stop it! Stop running away from me! Cut it out! He just gave up. The cutscene is complete! I don't know, that wasn't as annoying as the Xenos fight. Mainly just because the Xenos fight is more just him, like, RP walking towards you and trying to, like, dick wave. Whereas that one, it actually looked more like he was trying and not succeeding particularly well. He just had a very large health bar. I know, I like him well enough. I think I like his little dragon, too. Yeah, I'm fine with this guy.
You boy,
You bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks.
Like, this is Xenos if Xenos actually had a personality. Other than, I'm anime boy. You are beneath me. I want to fight. I'm immature. Someone give me a good time. I'm bored.
Keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yulmore.
Although, also, it doesn't really make any sense why he's this strong, which is another Xenosism. Xenosism. They never did really explain exactly why he was so strong. Because he apparently was just very strong before the experiments done on him, and then he got even stronger. Then he had another thing done to him involving the dragon, and then that made him even more stronger. So this guy, I don't know, he's just strong apparently. Yay. Is that supposed to be Thancred with the gunblade?
Thancred?
Did he give up being a ninja because being a ninja was lame? I sure hope so.
So, you are the wretch who stole her from us.
Now you're here for some reason. Yes, I showed up just in time for the cutscene. Thancred's really bad at this. Is this guy supposed to be... Is this guy supposed to be a not China man or a not Japan man? I think this is more not China than it is not Japan. At least he's an old man and not some stupid mincing man boy. Do I know how gunblades work? I don't think the people making the gunblades know how gunblades work. You very clearly cannot possibly hold them. Tomfoolery. You used to be Gladiator? I don't remember him being Gladiator. Even his backstory said that he was raised to be a rogue, or whatever their pre-ninja class is supposed to be called. Should have just thrown sleep powder in front of his face. Know what he should have done? He should have cleaved a tree off and then thrown the tree trunk and then rode on the tree after them. That's what he should have done. I'll give you 5 points if you understand what I'm talking about, which should not be hard at all.
Fool! You would see your city razed.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered.
Oh, 1.0.
We are ready to receive you.
You guys confuse me with this 1.0 stuff all the time. Like, you can't tell me he used to be a gladiator and then say that it was 1.0. It means that never happened. Because so many things in 1.0 just didn't happen. Even if they did, they don't count anymore.
Face me yourself.
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks.
He was not.
If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way.
He even wields 2 daggers and jumps around like a rogue, and even says, I used to be a rogue. This is where I was raised, this rogue's place. Go in there and learn to be a rogue. Now he may have had some sort of, like, character-specific thing that you can't possibly get, I guess. Like, if you watch his bar at the top of his name, then you'll see that he uses a gladiator skill or something. I don't actually care. It doesn't matter.
Fairy Kingdom.
What are you talking about? Oh.
energy to unleash his hounds.
Hmm. Mountain of Indolence?
Even the most pointless of conflicts.
What are you doing here?
Course.
And now the plan has gone awry.
But how? How did the so-called crystal...
I like how he has his own theme music. How could he have done that? Wait, how did you do that? Yeah, I feel you, brother.
Then again, with a soul such as that...
Why do they even... I don't remember what his name is, but why do they bother having question marks? Who could it be?
Mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
What are you supposed to refer to him as? His Asian name or his, like, real name where it's the position? Like, the body he's... Just call him Big E.
Here in the shadow of the northern ranges lay the great kingdom of Verbert.
Why are you walking back?
A nation with a proud...
You have mounts.
That the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that time, these lands have become a
Pretty.
For Fey folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
Okay, we're apparently in a new place now.
We should be safe enough here.
This Minfilia has sucked, by the way.
It's good to see you again, my friend. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
I see that your eye got better somehow. So I guess whenever it makes you a new body, it... whenever he goes back to his old body, whenever the hell that happens, he's gonna be blind in one eye again.
Why, it only feels like
My clothes!
But long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxon Loft?
Are you sure his eye was fine? Because I could have swore that I read somewhere that he was, like, partially blind. No, his eye was fine, but it fucked up his eye so that it looks weird now. And because he's so shallow, and he's like, I gotta have sex with girls! They won't like my scary eye! Then he had to wear a thing over one side of his face because he has to make sure he gets pussy. I forget that's what it was. Now, Y'shtola's the one that...
She and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters.
Y'shtola is the one that I thought was supposed to be blind, but she still looks at people. I guess she... It was never really made clear whether she's seeing ether all the time, or if she's sort of not blind. But sometimes is. I don't know. It's fine.
As we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own.
Because she's stupid. I'm stupid.
I found her too late to stop the Yulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Ilmeg. And here we are.
Maybe you should explain why we're here.
Urianger has called this place home for a while now. Yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
God, they're so out of touch. They didn't do any research at all as to where Minfilia was. They haven't gotten in contact with anyone. And in fact, I think I think the brother and sister, yeah, Elf and Alice, I think they did meet like once. I don't think they have never seen each other. They're doing a poor job of staying in touch.
This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim.
Thankfully, Orianger he's basically a fae already. He's basically a fairy.
Happily, having trespassed on Orianger's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here.
She sucks. She really sucks. She's just standing there like an idiot.
Sooner or later,
She ran off.
come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish two things.
What?
First, rendezvous with Orianger. And second, eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
Okay. We're here to apparently kill another. At least we have direction now. At least now there's an actual goal. It only took 2 hours of streaming. My name's Sarah.
What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
Were you just being some sort of young, stupid asshole that wanted people to get killed trying to rescue you? Is that what you're trying to do?
The hero from another world.
Yeah, that's me.
I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them.
That's it? That was your big excuse? You felt me, so you ran away? Rather than just telling him, hey, we should go over here?
Ocean in Lakeland. I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
Yeah, so you're just a stupid little bitch. That's what it is.
Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore.
Yes, let's all agree. You are stupid.
And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
Thank you. I don't care if she's a child. Fuck her.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Whenever children act like little idiots, you don't say, well, they're just children. No, you get angry at them, and then you say, but they're just stupid fucking children. Like, there's a distinction between those two things. Being a child doesn't give you a free pass. It just gives you a free pass after you get really fucking angry at them for being children. She was being a dumbass, which is why you yell at her and say, you're a dumbass. Because then maybe she'll correct her behavior. I hope that there's Sylph here. Oh, wait, no, the Sylph... God damn it, that's true. The Sylph here are those weird, like, tiny, sexy people with their clothing fused into their flesh. Oh, well. Can't everything be perfect?
Who said that? Show yourselves.
The point being, if a child messes up, you don't say they're just kids. You scream at them. And you punish them. Then you say, but you're just a kid. That's the proper course of action. This sounds like the beginning of a few hentais I've seen. This is when the vines erupt out of the ground. Entrapping your feet.
Which way was it to Orianger's?
Not your pants.
We've been there so many times, but I can't.
I can't remember. I'm stupid and shitty, I am.
Can't I remember?
She sucks.
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
Okay. Okay. Because the Fairy Kingdom was once supposed to home of the fairy folk. Found among them are the pixies. They use powerful illusions. We're entirely at their mercy. Want to make sure this was like... Oh, oh, I see you, motherfucker. Okay, good. Now... Really, is it just this... Hold on. Yeah, that's weird. Huh. Just the boots, huh? I guess it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Most of the... What do you call this? Just pants? The pants slot? Most of the pants slot stuff is kind of useless anyways. There we go. I always wondered where the hell that helm was. All the wiki entries I could find on it were extremely vague about how to get it. Deep gold. I've already got the deep gold set, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the creatures want to play with us. We should permit... If this is the case, they should permit us to find their village. Literal around. I should mention that Mephisto has been informed of our situation of the different worlds on our... We've told her all the important information off screen, so if she says anything unusual, for the sake of the viewer, just keep in mind that she already knows all the stuff that you could conceivably ask questions about. That's a writer's way of saying, shut the fuck up. Like, we know that we haven't done anything to establish this yet, so she knows everything, shut up. Which is fine. But that's how you do it. Okay, yep, never been here before. Look at you. I could climb up... Oh, no, 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 no. He looks like a... What are those things called? The little vine... The creeping vine things that were really popular in the 1980s and no other time in history. Used to see those things all over the place. Not so much anymore. Yeah, pants slut. Good old pants slut. Oh. More fetching. Go, yeah, okay, go find plants. Shut up, Thancred. Go find plants, I guess. No, the little interweaving boards that people would put on the side of their houses. What's your name? Play along. I'm the player character. Player character, player character. Wonderful name. Pretty like morning dew and funny like caterpillars. Yep, that's me. I shall slice it and splice it and make it mine, all mine, and when your name is mine, so are you. Your body begins to feel heavy. Okay. Should I continue interacting with it? This is also like the beginning of that hentai. I'll become you. Then we will be one forever and ever. I'll just have to flow into the deepest part of you. Ugh. I got some Reese's cereal today, and I'm really looking forward to eating it, because I have not eaten cereal at all in probably months. And I have not... Oh, it just went away. I guess their spell wore off. And I haven't eaten Reese's specifically in months, or way longer than that. Probably years, actually. Well, your voice rings out. What is your name? Okay, I guess they're just fail states. You don't have a name. No, no, it's not me. I'm not the other person. That's it? Okay. I guess I was supposed to get that and, like, bring it somewhere, maybe? Is there another interaction point by any chance? I should probably do this one. I haven't even thought about it. Do I have like a key item or something? No. Hold on. Oh. Remember, the plan has a furled tip, and I cannot stress this enough. Do not respond. If the text would stop scrolling. Do not respond to any voices you hear. Find grass and don't respond to anything that's said. Which I just did, but... don't respond again. I'm just not allowed to interact with this one, I guess. Okay, I guess there's... just don't interact with that one at all, I guess. Actually, I got this Reese's just because it's the Halloween Reese's. And they're instead of the little balls, like peanut butter or whatever it is, they're little bats. And I was like, yes, this will bring joy to my completely empty life that has no joy in it. And that might be true. We'll have to find out. Nothing resembles looking grass. His voice rings out. Okay. Okay, it's not that one. It's not this one. There's another one over here. Scream. What brings you here? Perhaps this one's hard of hearing. Guys, picking plants at our village is as good as indulging at our hospitality. And who are we to turn your way? Stay well, stay forever. Okay.
Amazing.
God, these padding sections are just the worst. Oh.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
So these are basically sexy sylph. Frankly, I think the sylph already sexy.
How did this mortal know our trick? Wait, I recognize their souls. These two have been here before.
It's the horny one and the completely useless one. Oh yes, them.
Twins, how adorable. Oh. Play with us.
We have neither the time nor inclination to play. We have come to see Urianger.
They don't even comment about me. Rude.
Yes, Urianger, the peculiar one. In return for a place in Elmer,
He's weird.
contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights
Okay.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we? Should we? Would we?
What now?
I don't know why they don't... It's not that hard to make, like, one of them red and one of them green, and then one of them blue or something. It's, like, to give them just something. You don't have to remodel them. Just move their little saturation thing on their skin a little bit over, and at least makes them look somewhat unique.
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition: that you first lend us a helping hand. Or two. Or three.
One condition, a fetch quest of some sort, I'm sure.
Help solve all of our troubles. We'll let you see Urion J. Pixie's honor.
Sounds like they're going to have a bunch of tasks that will never ever be completed. How big are they relative to a human body?
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
They look about the same size as a sylph, which would be like probably about that big, I guess, which is just big enough for several things, like helping to carry your bags. Actually, they look to be about half the size of a human body almost. They're pretty fucking big. Just okay. Probably gonna get... I don't remember if they give waist. Probably not waist. Arm and leg, definitely, though. At least 2 more. Yeah, leg. Still need arm, though. Look at me, look at me. What did I know that from? Meeseeks, that's what I'm thinking of. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me! I have a test for you. One of them look very lovely, and it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than everblooms. So here are some everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them there, and everywhere around the village. Okay. Oh. Oh, I think whoa, don't do that. God, I hate this stand. Oh, it's about time to have to go outside and do we're doing some construction here. And I think it's about time. So I need to stop around here, actually. Might have time to get something done here. I'm not sure how long these go. So hunger miss fate. Fruit, little fruit was something right. Go fetch me some fruit. Just inside the village, you'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should run out sweet, succulent burdens. Okay. Holy shit, there are so many. Okay. Not sure how long this is gonna take. You gonna say something? Yep. Helping us grow flowers, are you? It'll make this house look so much lovelier. There used to be a city of mortals here. A great big bustling place called Vobert or Bovert or something. I love it whenever the characters treat the history of their own setting with contempt. It's called Velvet or Bovert or some shit. But the Sun Eaters came and everyone disappeared. Since some of these pixies have been living here, we've given the old houses our touch. Lovely, don't you think? It's weird that the Sin Eaters don't bother the pixies. They apparently don't care about them. Ugh. Want to plant it on top of the house? I guess it's fine. As long as they can grow there. Not sure how much topsoil is going to be on top of your house, but... Oh, I can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. I don't think that works. Even if you could sew them together, which I guess you could sew anything together. You can't really... They're just going to rot. Magic, though. Magic. Bring our children water. Who are our children, ask? Why, they're the leaf men you see standing about our village. Adorable, aren't they? Yeah, they're great. Now you'll need to go to Long Mirror Lake to draw the water. Once you have it, see our children have a good drenching. God, there's so many of them, though. Well, make their home in the lake, they tend to play rough, so have care. Okay. This is gonna take a while. People always said that they hated the Sylph. I love the Sylph. And people are saying that they hate these Fae. I actually like these Fae. It's the overly serious, incredibly boring characters that are the ones that I don't much care for. And there's a lot of them. May as well. Ugh. Anytime the game... It's like... I don't know. It's like the game needs characters to be written as being batshit crazy before they actually have the wherewithal to actually write them in an interesting way. Like, there's so many characters that if you just took their dialogue and you wrote it down and got rid of their name and asked someone, guess who this is? There's a huge portion of them where you would have no idea who it is. Because there's nothing really distinct about any of them. Like, the stronger you can actually write a character so that even in their dialogue it's obvious who they are. Not just by context, but just the words they use and how they interact with you. Not the things they're talking about, necessarily. Then you have yourself a stronger character. Not everything has to be comical and over the top, of course, but especially in a fantasy setting, there's not much of a reason to kneecap yourself by making everyone a boring drone. Has a very distinct endpoint, doesn't it? Yeah, the Sylph map is not particularly good. I really like the music there, though. Like their little village music. I also like the the little animation that the Sylphs do whenever they're talking to you and they want something. They do like that little shimmy animation. I like the Sylphs. I'm glad that there's a analog to them in this world. Is Oriantia my favorite scion? Nah, this probably you stole it pretty easily. She's the only one that actually seems to have any common sense. Oh, so this is where I'm supposed to put it. Too many of the scions are just idiots. Like, they just make bad decisions or get emotional and overreact to things, or they just don't have a personality, which is the case with Minfilia. It's amazing that it got so bad with Minfilia. Minfilia got so bad that they killed her, brought her back to life, gave her a new personality and a new role that no one cared about for obvious reasons. Then they transported her away to kill her again and reboot her again as a completely different person. And that one sucks too. But the Legend of Minfilia sucks so thoroughly that you can't do a single goddamn thing with her. She's just destined to never have any personality at all. Just a bookend of suck. Oh. Their little town is called Flower House. That's cute. We weren't always here, you know. We used to live deep in a lush forest. It's beautiful beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed up by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually we found a place that men had abandoned. Together with our fellow folk, we decided to make it our new home. Land of everlasting spring. This is our home, and it can be yours too, forever and ever and ever. Are they just called the Fae? I could have swore that they had an actual name that I glossed over. So hungry. Did you get the... Do you actually even need to eat? I somehow get the impression that they don't actually eat or sleep. They just exist. You saved me. Yes, saved me from my boredom. You should have seen the look on your face when the bugs came down. Okay, yeah. They're such assholes. But I think the Sylph are actually exact opposites. Like, even though they're like Sylph analogs, the Sylph are like really sweet and endearing. They want everyone to be happy and to make sure that everyone's having a good time, that no one's suffering or anything like these guys are just fucking assholes. It's having fun. Dull and painful things? Hate them. Sin Eaters are dull and painful both, so we hate them especially. You mortals try and fight those monstrosities, but there's no fun in that. Best to avoid them altogether, we say. Yeah, so they're not gonna solve any problems themselves. Alright. I don't know how I'd rank all the Scions. Y'shtola is definitely my favorite one. All the rest of them are sort of in ranks, I guess. Thancred's fine. Thancred's fine. Oranja is fine. Alf and Alice are fine. What's her face? Tiny one. The one whose name I said earlier, and now it's not there. I'm really bad with names, I forget them so easily. What's her name? Totoro, yeah, Totoro. Totoro's... She exists. She's fine. She's like the meme character. Everyone says, oh, she... Like, there's this dark undertone to her. There isn't. There isn't. She just sort of exists. She cries sometimes, and she tries to be helpful, and that's it. That's all she is. She's not bad. I don't dislike her, but, you know, she's there. They treat... Like all the Lalafels, they treat her too much like a doll, though. Like, she's there to be cute, not necessarily to be a person, which is unfortunate. Moonbreeda. I like Moonbreeda. But she'd probably be number... Oh, wait, Kryl. Kryl. That's probably it. Gistola, Kryl, and then Moonbrita. Those are my top 3. Make some menial tasks and pranks. It's pretty much some of their own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. They have troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whenever I inquire how much there is to be done, the answer is ever the same, a little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing this in their future. Yeah. The thing that I guessed whenever we first started. Oriandra once told me a story about the Pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, so it's believed. Though they don't have memories of their previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. You should be pumping out Fae left and right then, shouldn't you? This little pixie girl. Constantly dying in warfare at the age of 12, or whatever the hell you are. So they live only to play, keeping helpless mortals from their pleasure, and years are end, sometimes even a little death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. The soul was likened to a core that resides in the ether, and its presence is what differentiates us from being such as sprites or arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily dissipates alongside the ether that composes the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm either by the will of its owner or by means of certain arts. In time, the soul may regain ether unto itself and assume another form or find newly merged life to which it to abide. The Pixies may be one such instance. I have no idea what you just said. Isn't the soul supposed to dissipate into the life stream, which has been a term that's been used? So how's that even possible? Whatever. Fuck it. Fuck it. If ghosts are merely souls without bodies, what does that make us? Think you become that which you fear most, brother dearest? Or the Pixies may become the being, we will leave them to judge. Sacred. I don't know. Anyways, they will never be satisfied. They will negotiate new terms. During my chores, perhaps. You knew Pixie from before? Not only are you acquainted, but you entered into a pact. You might have mentioned this sooner. I didn't actually say it on stream. It's like, well, I already know one. I don't know what the problem is. But I figured, well, it's just something not worth mentioning. I didn't actually expect it to factor into the plot. Alright, dear. Hope this will offer its way out without further delay. Summon this what's-her-face. Quest accepted! And the chat mode to say, oh, one of these, huh? Alright. Okay. Go over here. And say Fio Ol. I hope that's a L and not an I. So, my sapling has finally remembered about her lovely branch. Gosh, I'm having a hard time focusing. But with such a half-hearted call, she may as well let me off and cast me aside if I have no sapling. God damn it. I need you, okay. Oh, please. Oh, gosh, I really need to stop streaming. I'm getting really foggy. Over the past few months, I've been developing something and I don't know what it is. It seems to go away mainly whenever I take my vitamin supplements, which made me think that it's something vitamin related. I don't know. Can I just copy this? No? Okay. I get it. This is not the best time for this, but it's actually forcing me to use the word sucker. Apparently that wasn't enough. No, that was it. How come it's not working? Does it want quote marks or something? No, apparently not. I mean, it's kind of hard to even see what it says because it's so fucking bright. Hold on, it's probably... The loveliest of branches. Please grant me your son. Yeah. Yeah, this should work. I'm not doing anything wrong. Everything's even spelled correctly. Everything's spelled correctly here. Yeah, I don't get it. No, that's everything. Can I move this? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. A loveliest of branches, please grant me your succor. Oh, loveliest of branches, please grant me our succor. It's exactly what it should be. Unless there's like quote marks or something. Oh, wait. Because it's in the party. I forgot. That's what it is. Because it stuck to the party mode instead of going... Okay, yeah, that's what it was. I got so focused on typing it that I forgot to do that. Yeah, party.
You're late. I've been waiting for you to...
Okay. So that's done. I don't care. Go over here now. Shouldn't have been fucking around. I guess shit I actually need to be doing in real life. Doesn't revolve around this dumb game playing pranks. Speaking of which... Shit. Yeah, after already. I'll try to get to this and then we'll end it there. Gosh. I hope this is something that takes us to the next area, and that's it. Here we are, Arianger's place. Okay. This is where he lives, I guess. Damn it. Ugh.
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends her way.
This is a big info dump. Yeah, okay. I'll just stop here. I can just control delete out of the game. How about that? I got shit I need to be doing outside. Alright, we'll stop here for now. We'll pick up this cutscene in the next stream. How about that? See you guys next time. Nothing much going on. Game's done quick is playing right now, I guess. There I'd have 21k viewers, so fuck it. Alright, see ya.